With prolonged exposure therapy, one of the things I dealt with that was really hard was I didn't like to go out in public. And I didn't like to be in large groups because was attacked in Iraq out of a large group in the middle of a market. And it kind of put me leery about groups, and because those are things you can't control. You can't control really large groups of people. It's really hard to maneuver. There's a high sense of danger. With prolonged exposure and reliving the instance over and over and over and over, yes, I'll say it again, over and over again, the memory doesn't fade. The intensity behind it does. And I learned with the prolonged exposure by reliving some of the most scariest moments of my life when I was in Iraq, you learn that it's there, but the intensity of the memory goes away. And it goes to a way that you're able to cope with it, where it doesn't control you anymore, where things don't always trigger events because you realize the memory's there versus avoiding it. And that's the worst thing, is avoiding the instance and trying to ignore anything that might deliver triggers. And I do that. And I ignored going to the mall, and I avoided large groups of people on purpose. But with the prolonged exposure, it allowed me to realize that by reliving every instance and going over it over and over and seeing the different scenarios and playing each part over and over in my head, I realized that it wasn't the group that I was afraid of. It was one particular individual. And when I learned that, that allowed me to be willing to go out into public and go get things and be okay with, yeah, I still don't have a whole lot of tolerance with just kind of floating around, but I think that's more of just how I always was. I was always a person that went in, got what I needed, didn't really peruse, didn't really browse, knew what I wanted and got out. But it was more after Iraq. It was like, if I had no choice, all right, go in, get it, get out. That's it, done. Now it's, okay, let's look around a little bit, because I learned to separate the group because of prolonged exposure and realized that the problem I had was actually with one individual, one dangerous person. And then when you realize that that's not the threat anymore, you can move forward.